Hi there, and welcome to your 15-minute flexibility yoga flow. My name is Steph Paulson. Let's get started in Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged pose. You might notice I'm sitting on a block. You're welcome to as well, a block, a couple blankets, or a pillow. Okay, let's start with our eyes closed and just notice your breath. And just do a mental exploration on how you're feeling today, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And as you watch your thoughts cross through your mind, be mindful that you're not attaching any judgment. We're just noticing and observing. Go ahead and blink your eyes open if they're shut. Let's take the chin down to the chest. Keep lifting the heart, stretching out the back side of the neck, the cervical spine. Take the right ear to the right shoulder, press the left shoulder away. Notice the stretch on the left side of the neck. Take your chin down to your chest and take it over to the second side, pressing your right shoulder away. Take the chin down to the chest and gently rock and roll side to side. You can stay at any sticky points. Bring your chin back down to center. Keep lifting the heart, draw the abs in, and lift your gaze. Let's go into a couple shoulder rolls. So bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Really big. As big as you can make it. And let's go forward. Inhale the arms up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, twist over to the right side. Take your gaze behind the right shoulder and back forward. Just 2 more times. Spin to the front. Before we move to the second side, switch the cross of the legs. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist to the second side. Take your gaze behind the left shoulder and then back to the front, behind and to the front. Let's spin to the front. Interlace your hands, press the palms away from you, tuck the chin, round out the upper back. Separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, nice and tall. Pressing the palms of the hands up high to the sky. Lengthening both sides of the torso. Take the right hand down and stretch over to the right side. Pressing the left hip down on the mat or block. Inhale, second side, reach over. Making sure that each sit bone is grounded to the ground. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, reset. So let's come into a forward fold. So coming into all fours, flip the toes under, lift the hips high, and we're just gonna walk our hands back to our toes. Toe heel your feet out as wide as the mat. Take your elbows and have a gentle bend in the knee and gently sway side to side. Let the crown of the head reach towards the mat. And let's switch wet forearms on top. Keep swaying if that feels good. Of course, you can find stillness. Remember, your best guide is your own voice. And release the elbows, toe heel the feet back in. Bend the knees generously and just fold over your thighs. Let's walk our hands out to a down dog position. And take the feet close together. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, bend the knee. Take the heel to the glutes and open up the hip. You might feel a stretch on that right hip flexor, right quads. Let's come back into three-legged dog. Press the heel back. Draw the abs in. As you bring the knee towards the chest, take the right foot in between your hands. Drop the back knee down. And let's bring our hands to our thigh. Lift up. So we're lifting our navel, tailbone stretching down to the ground. Let's take the left hand high to the sky, right hand goes to the hip, and we'll stretch over to the right side. So getting a nice side body stretch here. Come back to center. Let's frame the front foot with our hands. And you can lift up the back foot any amount. Maybe you consider reaching for it. And if this doesn't feel good, skip it. We won't be here forever, I promise. So it's a little bit of a twist. And of course, you can keep the left foot on the mat. Go ahead and release the foot. Make sure it doesn't slingshot. And toe heel your right foot over to the left wrist, coming into single pigeon. Inhale, find length here. Exhale, fold over any amount. You can also bend the back knee. That might be a little bit more gentle for today. And reclined figure four is an option as well. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, and we're gonna take the front leg and just slide it all the way back to an all fours position. Flip the toes under, lift the hips high. Here's your down dog. Take the feet close to the midline, draw the abs in as we lift up the left leg. Inhale here, exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. You might notice a stretch on the back side of the right leg, or maybe the front side of the left quad. Inhale, straighten it. Let's go back into three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, press the ground away. Let's place the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes, coming up into that lunge. Hands are on your thigh just for a moment. Drawing the abs in, lengthening all four sides of the torso. Slide your left hand to your hip, right hand reaches up. Inhale, find length, exhale. Let's stretch over to the left side. Come back up on an inhale. Exhale, place your hands to frame the front foot. And we're going into that twist. You can stay here, and if you want a little bit more, you can pick up the back toes, although it's not required, okay? It's whatever feels good for you. So that's really the essence of yoga, is listening to that inner voice and learning to listen to that inner voice. It's such a cool exploration of ourselves. So I encourage you to explore it. Let's release the foot if you do have it. Okay, toe heel the front foot. That's your left foot over to the right wrist, coming into single pigeon. Stay up just for a moment to find length in the front side of the body, and then consider going forward. Of course, you don't have to. And you can go into that 90-90 if that feels better for you, or perhaps a reclined figure 4. Just another cycle of breath here. Come up to the palms of your hands if they're not there already. And everyone's kind of going to lean over to the left side and swing the back leg around. You might notice some tingling or some opening sensations in the hip that feels really good. Extend the legs in front of you and just give them a little shake. Okay. Let's keep the right leg extended on the mat. Bend the left knee. Bring the left foot to the right inner thigh. Let the knee drop open. Inhale the arms up, flex the right toes towards the shin. Exhale, we tip forward any amount. Reach and find length. Keep the sit bones on the mat. Once you feel that you can't go any farther without rounding your back, take your hands to the mat. And maybe you explore a little bit more flexion of the spine, so rounding of the back, as long as that feels okay for your lower back. Everyone, we're going to take the left rib cage towards the right inner thigh, so it's a tiny baby twist. On your next inhale, come on up and rise. Let's take that left knee high to the sky, place the left foot on the mat. Take your left hand behind the hip. Inhale, find length. Exhale, hug the knee into the chest and we twist. Consider looking behind the left shoulder, although it's not required. You can also go into a deeper twist by taking the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And just know that deeper or more intense is not always better, okay? So start to learn how you discern that for you and how you feel comfortable and successful. Spin to the front, extend the left leg, and just pause. Notice any sensations and the difference between the right side and the left side. Let's bend the right knee, taking the right foot to the left inner thigh. Flex the toes back to the shin. Take the arms up, stretch up, reach up. Hinge forward from the hips, keeping the sit bones down on the mat. Extend the spine even more. Once you go to your fullest extension, bring the hands down. And really leading with the heart or the sternum towards the toes. And maybe you consider exploring a different shape by rounding the back ever so slightly. And of course, if it gives you pain in the lower back, have a more lengthened spine. I think that would help. Take the right rib cage to the left inner thigh, so it's a tiny little baby twist here. One more cycle of breath. On your exhale, rise up. Let's take the right knee up high to the sky. Keep the right foot on the mat. Right hand's behind the hip. Inhale, take that left hand high. Exhale, hug the knee in, and we twist. Maybe you decide to look over that right shoulder, or maybe you take the elbow across the thigh. No matter what, press your shoulder blades into your heart and broaden across the collarbones. Spin to the front, unravel, extend the legs. Give them a little bit of a shake. Nice, let's come into that cross-legged position just one more time. And we will close out the way that we started. Bringing your hands to your thighs or maybe heart center, maybe gently closing your eyes. And just notice how you feel. Notice the channels of energy that we opened up. Fantastic job today. My name is Steph Paulsen, and until our paths cross again.